Before the name Alexander the Great echoed through history, there was a boy, a prince destined for power. But the weapon that would conquer the known world wasn't forged in a blacksmith's fire, it was sharpened in a quiet garden by the greatest mind of the age, Aristotle. In 343 BC, King Philip II of Macedon made the most crucial hire in history. He summoned Aristotle to a secluded sanctuary to tutor his teenage son. This wasn't just about reading and writing, it was about shaping a mind capable of ruling an empire. In the tranquil gardens of Mieza, Aristotle didn't just teach Alexander Homeric heroism, he introduced him to logic, ethics, politics, and the natural world. He taught the young prince to observe, to categorize, and to seek the underlying causes of things. This education in rational thought became Alexander's secret weapon. While his enemies saw a reckless warrior, Alexander was a master of applied logic. He approached battle not as a brawl, but as a complex problem to be solved, a set of variables to be controlled. Consider the Battle of Gaugamela. Outnumbered nearly 5-1, Alexander faced the immense Persian army. His generals advised a night attack, a gamble. But Alexander, applying Aristotelian principles, analyzed the risks and deduced a better path. He saw the enemy's strategy, predicted their movements, and created a calculated opening. His famous cavalry charge wasn't a desperate rush, it was the logical conclusion to a flawlessly constructed argument on the battlefield. It was philosophy in motion. But Aristotle's influence went far beyond military tactics. He instilled in Alexander the concept of telos, the idea that everything has an ultimate purpose or end goal. For a person, it was to live a virtuous life. But what was the telos of an empire? For Alexander, it wasn't just conquest for the sake of power or plunder. His goal was something far grander, the creation of a new unified world, a fusion of the best of Greek and Persian cultures. This is why he founded over 70 cities, many named Alexandria, as centers of trade, learning, and Hellenistic culture. He wasn't just raising civilizations, he was planting the seeds of a new one, guided by a philosophical purpose. He established a common language and currency, built libraries, and sponsored scientific exploration. His army traveled with botanists and historians, collecting knowledge as much as territory, a direct reflection of Aristotle's own passion for empirical study. Alexander encouraged his soldiers to marry Persian women, leading by example himself. This policy of fusion was radical. It was an attempt to build a lasting empire based not on pure domination, but on a shared hybrid identity. However, the student was not a perfect disciple. As Alexander pushed deeper into Asia, a rift grew between him and his former mentor. Aristotle viewed non-Greeks as barbarians, fit to be ruled. Alexander, living among and ruling over diverse peoples, began to see things differently. He adopted Persian dress and court customs, including the controversial practice of demanding prostration, a gesture Greeks reserved for the gods. This embrace of a multicultural empire and his growing belief in his own divinity represented a profound break from Aristotle's more rigid, Hellenocentric worldview. The student had outgrown the master's framework. Alexander became something Aristotle could neither fully predict nor approve of. A philosopher king, but one who wrote his philosophy across the map of the world with the tip of a spear. So while the hand that held the sword belonged to Alexander, the mind that guided it was profoundly shaped by Aristotle. The conqueror's ambition was fused with the philosopher's logic, creating a legacy far more complex than mere domination. A world forever changed by the lessons learned in a quiet garden.